down here in Massachusetts at my folks' home, and I went out to go do a little grocery shopping here in Tewksbury, which is between, it's just kind of like I don't know, it's a small suburb of Boston, about 30 minutes north of the city. Excuse me, 20 minutes, or 30 minutes, give or take. And I've lived here for about 21 years, give or take. My parents have been here for 35 years roughly. So, we're pretty comfortable down here. We know what it's like. We know what the good sections of town are. Where to go if you need pharmacies or anything like that. And I used to think we were pretty up to date, pretty open-minded community until today. Now I've been in Boston and I've been bashed, I've been hated on, I've been called a fucking Chinese, fucking chink, all you Japs are the same. I'm not saying it's right, because I don't agree with it. I'm just saying I've become used to it. Not that that's good either, but, you hear something enough times, you get used to it. At this point, I'm just like, fuck it. People are gonna say what they want to say. Why cry over spilt milk over it? And I can't change being Asian. I can't change being Korean. I don't necessarily view myself as Korean, and when someone says something like that, it's like, oh wait, I am. Now, that might not make sense to you, but when you give into consideration the general population of Tewksbury, there's probably only one or two other Asians. And chances are they're probably Vietnamese or Cambodian, so, you hang out with enough Caucasians, you actually start thinking you're Caucasian. If you want any proof of that, look at the Uyghurs. Anyways, back to my story. I'm losing my point. I was walking towards the grocery store from my car, and this dude in a Beamer, middle-aged, 45, 50-ish, leans out his window and says, "Fucking go home, you chink." Yeah. First of all, I ain't fucking Chinese. If you have half of a fucking mind, you'll know that I don't look Chinese. Second of all, who are you to say this isn't my home? How do you know I'm not from here? How do you know I wasn't born here? It just, I don't know. My parents, I told my father about it, and he's all, I wouldn't say he's worried, because he's known that I've had to deal with this growing up. So he knows I know how to deal with it, but at the same time, you could see he was upset because, it's his child being bashed for something he has no control over, and basically, quite honestly, being bashed for something he shouldn't be bashed for. Going back to the situation, the guy, was it hurtful? Yeah, it was hurtful. But at the same time, how much free rent am I going to give him in my head? There are assholes out there, and unfortunately, even now, racism is still a problem. Granted, the MFer didn't have the balls to say it to my face. He drove off in his Beamer like a little rich prick he is. But, you know, what can I do? It's words.